Hey, hi. I'm here. It's I don't know, the 5th of December, something like that. But I'm up here on Waterbury Reservoir, and I thought I'd give you a tour of my camp because today it's like this gorgeous, beautiful, sunshiny day, and a lot of the days these days haven't been like that. So we'll start with that. Down there is my boat landing. It's not very fancy, but I've pulled up my boats there, and instead of going up and down that hill, I just thought I'd stand here and let you see it. It's real pretty. So then there's a trail into my camp. So we're going to have a little tour of that. There's my tent, which right now I'm airing out because I had a lot of really cold days, which give you condensation, and then a couple of days of rain. And snow. So I've put up some extra line back there to air out my bedding, let it dry in the sunshine, because we have that today, and that's kind of amazing. So this is kind of the back way into my my main tarp area where I got my table and most of my gear. I built this shelf here, just mostly square lashing to keep my stuff up off the ground. And then I had this clear plastic tarp, and because it was raining, or was going to rain, I just clipped the tarp over the bar, and that keeps my stuff dry and has the added benefit of lets the sunshine in and protects it from the wind, so it's a little bit warmer. So back out here, that's my main tarp. Kind of like a sailing vessel, right? I got a mainsail and a jib. Here's my fireplace. I just rebuilt the fireplace, and it's my fantastic wood pile. And in here, this is my reflecting wind shelter. I'll go up the hill so you can see it, but I got my headlamps and my lantern. And down here, that's where you keep your water so it doesn't freeze at night. And in here, this is kind of nice. This log gives me actually kind of some shelving, and I got my books stored up on that shelf, and that's my fire shirt in case I take my jacket off, that the smoke and stuff gets on that red shirt instead of on the others. It's my water bucket. I moved this here, this log here, to be a bench and part of the shelter. It was part of the gigantic brush pile when I got here. Let's go back up to the top of the site. This is my sawing parlor, where I leave my brush that I'm cutting, the big pieces that get sawn. When I moved here, this was just lots of blowdowns, a lot of trees. A huge red pine came down here, and a couple of beeches and some maples, and I think an ash tree or two, and did some damage. These apple trees took down some branches, but it's pretty much cleared now. There's a huge brush pile and a great deal of logs. There's my camp from up here, my sawing parlor. Down here where my hatchet is the log I'm using for my chopping block. And we'll end the tour with a little walk down to the beach. Because, you know, beach. It's not a sandy beach. It's not even a pebbly beach. It's a ledge beach. Isn't that fantastic? And right now, when it's sunny, this is all nice and warm. Back there's the parking lot. So when the weather turns bad, I'm not too far from the parking. But that is my beautiful campsite. Oh, and up there's the trail to the outhouse. It's a little slantier than I like, this site. I usually like something with more space to spread out, a flatter place to put my tent. But what I liked about this site is A, it's got an outhouse, and also that it had all this blowdown on it. That was a plus, actually, because even though it made the campsite a great deal smaller functionally, it gave me a great deal of firewood to burn, and it's been cold. So I put up with the slightly slanty tent. And this isn't optimal configuration on these state sites. You know, you put your fire where the fire pit is, and you can only string your tarps from where the trees are. So that wasn't like optimal placement for me, but it's been nice working on it. Oh, I got that lined with a silver emergency blanket, because at night you get underneath that with a nice roaring fire, and it's like you're in your own easy bake oven, which is kind of nice. So that's the tour of my campsite. In the daytime, not raining. All my stuff's not cleaned up. It's not totally shipshape, but I'm getting ready to have a little bath and change clothes. But that is your tour of Campsite 4. Thanks for coming.